Welcome back to the channel. My name is Thomas Fletcher and I'm the host of the LCSW network. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor by smashing that like button, by subscribing to the channel, and by sharing this video with your social work colleagues and friends. The purpose of this channel is to create a community of hope and support where social workers can come together for relevant news, information, and inspiration. Well, welcome back to Self-Care Saturday. As you can see, I'm back out on the trail in this beautiful San Gabriel spreading basin ground. I think that's what they call it, which is adjacent to the San Gabriel River bike trail. So in today's topic, we will be talking about triggers and creating a trigger action plan. So 2020 has been the year of triggers. So triggers are external events or circumstances that make us upset, uncomfortable, increase negative emotions, negative self-talk, can even increase symptoms like anxiety and depression. So what we want to do as part of our self-care practice is we want to identify what our triggers are. So let's talk about some common triggers that many people experience. Some common triggers that many people experience may include anniversary of a death or anniversary of a traumatic event. Another example of a common trigger is traumatic news events. I mean, 2020 has just been the year of traumatic news events, whether it's people around us dying from the pandemic, whether it's people dying from police brutality. I mean, on and on and on. I identified early in the year that watching the news was a triggering event for me, so I stopped watching the news every night like I used to. Not to say that I completely stopped watching, but I cut out all the cable news medias because I knew for myself that they were triggering for me. That's just an example, guys. Another common trigger that people experience is being overly tired. Family friction, relationship problems. We all know in 2020, relationships have definitely been tested. So relationships ending, relationship problems are common triggers. Another one, which is big in 2020, social isolation or spending too much time alone. And because of this pandemic, we've all been forced to socially isolate ourselves and quarantine ourselves. So that's another common trigger. Being judged, criticized, or put down. Financial problems. Wow, we can't even begin to talk about how many people have lost their jobs this year. Massive unemployment. People not being able to pay their rents, not being able to pay their mortgages. So financial problems, physical illness, sexual harassment, feeling unsafe, feeling left out, coming into contact with things that remind you of deprivation or abandonment, excessive stress, excessive guilt, substance abuse, and we can go on and on, but these are some common triggers. So after we identify these common triggers, what we want to do is we want to create a trigger action plan. And we create the trigger action plan, guess from where? I've been talking about it in many of my episodes now. We create the trigger action plan from our wellness toolbox. Yes, that's why I keep talking to you guys every week about the importance of wellness tools, because we're going to use these wellness tools to address the triggers that we've identified. So some common, an example of a trigger action plan might be to do everything on my daily maintenance plan. And we talked about that in another video. Call a support person and ask them to listen while I talk through the situation. Do some deep breathing exercises. Get validation from someone I feel close to. Do a half-hour relaxation exercise. Here's some other examples that you can put in your trigger action plan. Journaling, vigorous exercise, focusing exercises, peer counseling, seeing or talking to your counselor, case manager, or sponsor. So these are these are just some common trigger action plans that we can create. But the beautiful thing about this is each of us can create our own individualized trigger action plan to deal with our own unique triggers. All right, so as I do every week, I invite you all to identify what your triggers are and to create a trigger action plan to address those triggers. All right, I want to thank everybody for watching this video. Thank you for all that you do for your clients, for your agency, and for the profession. Please continue to support each other and yourselves. Bye for now.